channel. I'm Gruvinart. This is Arthur Dent. I forget our names. If you want to see his YouTube channel, it's in the description below. There's also a link. There might also be a link of if you want to see him shirtless. Who doesn't want to see that? I don't want to see it. Don't look at it! I don't want to see it either.
There will be no description. We will not.
Well, there will be a description.
We
will not put that.
There'll be a link in the description to my channel, but not a link in the description to the eyeball torture.
Yes. Funny story, we did this video already, and it was probably better than this one. But the audio just fritzed out. It was like completely. We got a new microphone here, but it was completely like. All we could hear was static.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Static. Lots of static. Lots of static.
So we are talking today about the Ford Pinto, which we are affectionately calling the Pinto Bean.
It had gas tank problems.
Yeah, I'll let you explain that first.
Yeah, so its gas tank was put in the very back, and basically when you rear end it, the gas tank kind of like explodes. Like imagine like there's a giant peach, a giant flammable peach in the back of your car. If you hit the back of the car, the entire back of the car like crumbles into little pieces, and the peach get crushed, and the peach gets crushed, and stuff goes flying everywhere, and then something sparks because I mean you've got two cars crashing against each other. Something's gonna spark, and then everything explodes.
He can't do English, just so you know.
What was that like?
That was.
Yeah, boy. Okay. Anyways, could you fill us up on a history of Ford Pinto?
Yes, sir. The Ford Pinto was manufactured in between 1971 and 1980. It was the first subcompact developed by Ford in North America. It was marketed in the 2-door coupe, 3-door hatchback, and 3-door station wagon models.
V6!
And the station wagon actually had a Mustang engine. Yeah, supercharged the station wagon.
Well, it didn't have like an actual Mustang engine. It kind of just the block was later used in Mustangs in the 90s. So I mean, I guess technically speaking, if you really wanted to, you could buy a Ford Pinto station wagon and then mod it so that it will go super fast. Blow smoke in Priuses and Maces.
Yeah. And yes, that was a solid burn against the Prius.
No Priuses.
I hate Prius.
The Prius. Well, I mean the Prius. It has good intentions, but like, there's like two demographics of people who buy Priuses. There's jerks who wish it had like. There's the jerks who buy the Prius, and they're like, I'm saving the planet. I had a crap. What's the name of it? The gluten-free bread dispenser installed. Where's the button that tases people who aren't saving the planet? I'm going to paste the entire back of my car with meat is murder stickers. You know, there's those people, and then there's the people who don't care about what car they drive. They just want some efficient car that has nice space. And
they want a safe car, like
safe car,
like my grandma.
Yeah,
she wants a safe car, and that car doesn't go above 35 mph. So
yeah, that plus it gets great gas mileage, and it has a fair amount of space. Those people I respect. The save the planet people.
Yeah, and just so you know, we're talking Americans. The accent was not discriminatory against.
Yes, that was actually I don't know what accent that is. That's just fancy.
That's felt like British to me.
No, like British is more like this.
Yes, you're close there. I can't do a British accent. Yeah. I can only do a Scottish accent, laddie.
Scottish. Okay, well, anyways, back to the Ford Pinto, boy.
Okay, so the station wagon. Actually, the Ford's Lincoln Mercury division marketed a rebadged variant of the Pinto as the Mercury Bobcat. With the model 1980, which was also the station wagon model. The Pinto was followed by the front-drive Ford Escort, which they're
Ford
still
Escort.
selling today, unlike the
Still selling.
Pinto Bean. You have anything to say about the Ford Escort?
Well, they're still selling it. It's a hybrid vehicle now. It's kind of like a competitor to the Prius, except for it's not as well known. I guess. I mean, it's hybrid, electric, gas.
Yeah. Actually, the Ford Pinto, because of the gas problems you mentioned, and my hands get in front of the microphone. I hope that's not mess up my audio.
Well, I can just talk, say something.
Yo,
That's it.
yo,
That's it.
yo,
That's it.
yo.
Okay, let's get back to this. We don't have that much time. So the Ford Pinto developed a controversial safety record due to the gas tank fires and rear-end collisions. In 1977, the Pinto was subject to the largest recall up to that time. And when the NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, found out the fuel system was defective, it led to the modification of 1.5 million vehicles.
Believe it.
That would have taken a
that's
long time.
Well, that's like a lot of money. Like Ford lost it was like over millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars due to this car.
Not to mention they were a number of lawsuits were filed against them.
Well, yeah, that was the main part of it. Like there's two people who were driving down the highway, and they ended up getting rear-ended by like an Impala or something. One of the people died, and then the other person was left permanently disfigured.
And Impala, that's
And
very lenient. Very.
Yeah, it was an Impala.
Oh, you're talking about an actual.
Yeah, actual thing.
Okay.
It was
I
a
was
Impala. Like this actually happened. And then the family, it was two families ended up suing Ford because of that. Ford lost like 158.
We're recording.
Seriously? We're gonna have to cut this. Get out of here!
We should keep. We should keep the get out of here part. That was actually funny.
We'll keep
just
that.
for humorous purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, so research concluded that the hazards of the Ford Pinto were no greater than that of its contemporaries, which means the other cars that were being manufactured by Ford at that time.
Yeah, which that's a really big pity, because that means that it was like 4 or 5 cents, Ford could have added a plastic part to fix the gas problem, and that would have helped sell the car better, because then it would be safer in the rear-end collision department versus all of its competitors, eliminating the gas problem and like completely securing it as actually a pretty decent car.
They didn't want to pay the 4 cents to get that replaced.
Well, you have to account for inflation, because 4 cents back then is equivalent to like $50 today. I don't know what it actually is, but it was like.
Yeah. I swear this wasn't scripted the first time.
Yeah.
So the safety controversies of the vehicle is cited in case studies of business ethics now, due to the issues that Ford developed.
Yeah.
Because of this. So now this is something. Hey, guess what Ford did? Learn from it.
Yeah.
Don't do this, boys. And nowadays, the Ford Focus is modeled after the Ford Pinto, and the gas tank on the Ford Focus is fine.
Yeah, that one's fine. Don't worry, Focus drivers, your car will not explode if rear-ended by an Impala.
Hey, Willem.
Other cars are debatable.
Willem, look, focus on the road. Focus on the road. Focus on the road. Willem, focus.
I knew someone was going to make a pun about that.
That was actually something my family did a
don't
while
text.
ago.
Do not text while driving. Focus.
Okay. So for more info on the history, visit Wikipedia, because that's where we got our info, and this is just a basic back history.
Yeah, basic back history. Lots of
Get you interested in learning more about it yourself.
Get interested about it. Okay,
so the steering, you were going to talk
steering
about the
is rack and pinion steering. Basically, well, it was the first American car to have rack and pinion steering. The special thing about that is that Well, it was the first American-made car to have rack and pinion steering. If you're wondering what that is basically
It's like a gear.
Yeah, so imagine this fist. Like, imagine my elbow is the steering wheel, and then this fist is the gear, and then this is the rack. And basically, the rack has a bunch of little spokes in it so that the gear can turn it. And basically, by moving the rack, see that, steer the tires. You move the tires. What's special about this is you get better road feel, and it's easier to turn the tires, and also it's easier to add on power steering. So a lot of modern cars use this for their steering. But the problem with it is that you have to kind of flip the wheel over and over and over and over in order to actually turn the tires, while in Rack and Pinion's steering's competitor, I think it's just called ball steering. You just you like twitch the steering wheel and you're just, you know, you flip around with those things.
Yeah, so with the, we were talking about this the first time we tried to record this. The road feel, that, for those of you who may not know what that means, it means that, like, you can feel the surface of the road because it messes with the steering wheel a little bit. You can feel it through the steering wheel because the tires are bumping around from the uneven surfaces and stuff. So you can tell if it's a smooth road or it's a crap road.
Well, racing drivers really like it because they can kind of tell what surfaces it is, and so they can twitch the steering wheel accordingly.
Yeah, and it helps to keep them from wrecking too.
Yeah.
Because like if they can feel a bump that's gonna cause problems, they can be a little prepared for it.
Feel the curb.
Yeah, feel the curb.
Oh yeah, boys.
So with the, is that it?
No, engine models. We talked about engine models earlier. So for all of the motors, every single one had a 2-barrel straight 4 or V6. Most muscle cars have 4-barrel carburetors, so it was an economy car. You can tell that off the barrels. Actually, one of the barrels was larger than the other barrel. It had cockeyed barrels. It was weird.
Yeah, that does sound weird. I don't really know what that means. I mean,
so
carburetors.
Inside the carburetor, there's some holes. They go down so the air goes through the holes, and there's a vacuum and it sucks the gas out.
Oh, so it's more
basically each hole's a barrel.
It's more breathing efficient. It helps the car breathe better.
No, that is the part of the car that breathes.
So having double
things just means that you don't have 4 things.
Oh, so it's actually less than usual.
Yeah, it's less than usual.
Okay, so that would make it less efficient. The breathing engine. I got a headache. Because we have to do this twice. The first video was so good.
I know, it was amazing. So beautiful, our baby. And then we listened to the audio and it sounded like a robot. I don't know what.
Static.
Yeah, it sounded like static.
Like that ringing in your ear when somebody fires a gun right next to your head.
No, that's like actual ringing. This was more
something like that.
Like plastic scraping on asphalt.
That's kind of what it sounded like.
It was horrible and nasty.
Trust us,
very
we're
nice.
engineers. We know what we're talking about. So, should we do the outro now?
Yeah, well, no, we have to come up with a... because it's on. Why is the Ford Pinto better?
Actually, the topic was just the Ford Pinto. That was what we stated the topic was. Yeah, just generally discussing it. So
okay, well, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, the gas tank sucked.
Yeah, the gas
tank. It had really good steering for racers.
Yes, actually, I think there's a few magazines that were commented on it. It was like, yeah, this thing's great.
If you want a really fast station wagon, buy a Ford Pinto.
No, don't buy a Ford Pinto for a very fast station wagon unless you want to like do a Mustang sleeper thing.
Yeah.
Buy a Civic.
Buy a Civic. I don't know.
Buy a Civic. A Honda Civic is basically.
Figure that out.
There are tons of Honda Civics. They're dirt cheap. Don't rice it.
Don't rice it.
Ricing is when you put on a bunch of modifications that make it look cool, but it doesn't actually do anything.
You know,
Yeah,
like on cars, where they're like, "We got an otter, man."
Yeah, those guys.
Like
Those guys were ricers.
The frog stickers we were talking about before. That's racing.
Oh yeah, that's ricing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not like ricing and ricing.
That was a good video. Yeah. I really wish the audio had done that.
Oh yeah, it looks like a frog. You could paint that thing green, and then give it like put some speakers in it that imitate a frog's mating call, and then drive it into the Amazon, and then activate that, and you'd like attract all the frogs, and all the frogs.
Don't be in the car when you turn that on, because you would be trapped.
Yeah, like all the frogs would be like, "It's a boy frog and it's huge! This is the biggest frog I've ever seen!"
It's a giant. It's one of those really old Jurassic frogs that used to.
Yeah, the
as big as a car. As big as a car.
Yeah. It's actually, well, it has good handling. It was, of what I know, it was the fastest hatchback made at the time, period.
Yeah. It had some good engines.
I'm not sure about European hatchbacks. I haven't researched those, but this.
Give me back my change.
Oh crap! Dang it!
You're like, oh crap! And I'm like, what?
Give that to me too.
We should leave that in. That was funny. That was funny.
I can't get the coin out. Okay. Here.
You gotta leave that in.
I will buy some brownies from my sister. Okay, sorry, my sister is having a brownie and lemonade sale. My mom wants me to buy stuff from her.
It's actually a really good idea. As hot as it is, people want. We gotta wrap it up then.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up fast. It was a great car. It was faster than all the other Civics and things. I accelerated fast, did stuff fast. Outro.
Okay, so leave a like and subscribe. Please leave a comment on if you like the video and give us suggestions for future videos, because we have the next video planned, but that's the last one that we have planned so far. So if you get your comment in soon enough, you might be able to give us a good topic.
Okay, and if you don't subscribe, we're going to get
a Pinto and drive it in your house.
We're going to get a Pinto that is painted to look like a frog, and we're going to back it into your house, and then using the hole.
Cover it with frog stickers.
Pinto, yeah. We're going to back a Pinto that is covered in frog stickers into your house, and it's going to explode and leave a giant hole. And we're going to drive a limousine that has a 50 cal machine gun on the top through the hole.
Actually, you're gonna stay out there. I'm gonna chuck gasoline barrels in, and then you're gonna shoot them when they get into the house. Yeah. So it explodes.
Yeah.
Talk about the Pinto Bean gasoline problems then, people, because it'll
be pizza everywhere.
There's gonna be pizza. Oh yeah. Explode your pizza house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's so much air.
Pizza. Oh god.
You're gonna destroy our market. You're messing this.
Can't touch this. Peace out.
Can't touch this. Peace out.
No, just peace out.
Yeah, you're ruining the microphone. Peace out, people.
Yep.